for today, module 4. So once we clear all the basic things already and we are on the same page, that's why I need you all to be on the same page with me so that we can move on, go for a deep dive into each of the nodes. And we start off with the module 4, back dragon, the 来龙去脉的来龙. Okay? Right. So when we talk about the back dragon, some call it the black tortoise, Xuan Wu, basically means this dragon. Okay, this dragon here, this 乾卦. So some call it the Zuo San, not wrong. Some call it the Lai Long, the back dragon, not wrong. Some call it the Xuan Wu, also not wrong. They are just labels. Now, why is it called 来龙去脉? This 成语 comes from this portion here, 来龙去脉. Okay, basically means whatever life force of this unit they can get to enjoy, you have to look at where is the power source. And to tell you whether you have the life force or not, you look at the 来龙, the back dragon, the 玄武 part. Okay, and that life force, basically the name life force already tell you, it is that creation energies that gives lives. Okay, it is that creation energy that gives lives and give lives to everything, including your creation. So what do you want to create? You want to create a good career? You want to create babies? You want to create money? You want to create prosperity? You want to create abundance? Look at your 来龙 first. How many of you have very good creation energies behind you? Type a yes in the chat box. Use your house as a learning point. That's the best way to learn. How many of you have very good 来龙? Type in the chat box. Mm. 来龙 behind 乾卦, you need a yin setup. Yin setup. No movement, material energy, like buildings. Now, most of us have material movement plus some movement. Okay, for example, like car park, right? But after the car park, tall building. How many of you are able to ascertain your own house, whether your back energy is good or not? Your back mountain. Never mind. At the end of today's lesson, you go out for dinner, you go and take a look. Okay. So now let me talk about this 生气. Why is it your back is so important? Because this is your life force. This is your 生气. 生气 means not angry, but really the one that can helps you to create things that you want to create in your life. Okay. I call it creation energy. Now you can create posterity, 人丁. You want to have children, descendant. Look at this creation energy first. Don't talk about any other things. Look at whether you have this life force or not, capability. And look at your status. Your status, 高贱, 高低. Okay, your status. And then last but not least is longevity, because life force give you that longevity. So Andy said for cluster house, neighbors house is attached behind the house but same level, is it considered better than nothing? Okay, Andy, better than nothing. Of course, if can, we want it to be taller than our unit. But if don't have at least same height, it's still fine. Good question, Andy. Darren said, therefore, we can say, although we have backing, but the life force not coming to the backing, the help is low, correct? Yes. If let's say there's a lot of buildings behind you, but somehow there's a canal cutting through it just before it reach your unit, 看到抓不 people are just, all your 贵人, you have plenty of 贵人, but all sitting there like 躲背公 like that. When you run into trouble, they won't come to you. They won't lend you a hand because it's cut off by a canal. Okay, so Darren, you get my point? If you say an empty house behind, symbolism comes in. If let's say there is a building, there's no canal, but it's an empty house, symbolism comes in. Okay, get the point, Darren, and everyone else? Okay, so good. So you see, the back dragon straight away can tell you 3 sets of information about the occupants in the house. Number 1, posterity, 人丁. Number 2, status, 高见. Okay, and number 3, longevity. And they say, but the car park road behind the block, is it considered cut off? Not really. We just have to consider the car park as movement. Movement. Unless you tell me your behind is not a car park road, but an expressway. That car cannot stop one. Car have to continue moving. Then that is a cut off. But if car can stop and park there, I don't see that as a cut off. I see that as movement only. Follow? Good question. Very good question. Okay, good. Let's move on. So same thing when you examine the back dragon, back these lenses to look at the back, to examine the back and to evaluate the back. The yin yang, earlier have an trigram, and the symbolism. Okay, so this is the back. When I say the back, it means the whole stretch. Whole stretch. Whole stretch. Nothing else. Whole stretch. And what is it that we are looking out for? We are looking out for the yin yang pairing first. Because the back is yang energy, right? Okay, the back is yang energy. We want to match it up with the yin setup. Okay. So Darren say older JTC commercial building, they tend to build near to canal area. Yes, I agree. I agree. Yes. Okay. So next time, if you're helping your clients to choose a JTC unit, you know what to watch out for. So yang, like I said, 乾卦 is yang, and we want to match with, okay, with an yin setup. Okay, yin setup. And what constitute an yin setup? Material energy and stillness. Material energy basically means something, that is got substance one, can hold one, can touch one, can see one. Okay, it's called material, something like a building or a mountain. Okay, so the best is building law in today's context, a building, and no movement. No movement, not say a car park, then a building. Okay, but a quiet park. A quiet park is still okay. Okay, a quiet park and then a building, that is still okay, right? So therefore, sometimes and most of the time, you notice that the back tends to have these two together. Material energy plus stillness, especially condo. Those facing outward one, not the pool view one, facing outward one, you find that the back is a swimming pool followed by opposite building. Okay, so you have movement and yet you have a material energy. So we'll read them separately. Okay, we read them separately because these two will tell us something about the attributes and the behavior of the occupants. So material energy is something like this. We talk about that. It's mountain, or in today's context, buildings. And then remember, don't forget about the symbolism. Now, when we have material backing, it simply means like this. In simple term, you have people standing behind you, stand by behind you to give you a pushing hand when you desperately need it. Okay, so when you fall, people will offer you a hand. Now, if you don't have that material backing, when you fall, you have to climb up yourself. That is the difference. So would you rather to fall somebody to help you up, or you fall, you climb up yourself? You decide. Okay, you decide. Nobody will come and say, hey, come, let me give you a hand. Come, I pull you up. Okay, or when you're climbing the corporate ladder, somebody to push you up a notch. That is with and without backing. That's the difference. Okay, then when it comes to stillness, I mean, talk about movement, is whether your mental state, are you those very composed one? Are you those very calm one? Or are you, very collected one? When something strikes you, when trouble strikes you, you jump about like anything, chok you like that. That is when your back got movement. Okay? But if let's say you have stillness behind, and then you have material backing behind, 天塌下来 you also act like nothing because very calm, very composed, very collected, and you know you have 贵人. And sometimes 贵人 you too don't know who. It just show up when you need them. That's the beauty of having a very solid back support. Follow up. Okay, example. Like I say, I cannot show you every form and shapes and sizes of the back support. Whatever I can, I try to show you already and try to illustrate. Because taking photo at a certain angle is very difficult, at a certain angle to illustrate the point. Okay, so if let's say you come across any pictures, photos, or your own case studies, feel free to share in the community. We can discuss. Like for example, we talk about A. Okay, A and facing is here. Okay, A facing is here. So back is here. Back is here. Okay, this one, all the back. Right? Describe the back. Darren say, in the financial hub, tall buildings don't see much backing from them. Can we say they don't really need anyone? They are strong enough to handle themselves. Very good. 白头起家的人，白头起家的人you know it's 白头起家 Okay, from scratch they're very poor. They're very poor from the beginning, very humble beginning, but they climb all the way up. They become very successful, very wealthy, very what? All these are 白头起家. Usually, if you look at their successful house, that means the house that turned them into successful one. Okay, you find that their back is nothing, 空的. That is one way to decipher that. Wow, you're so wealthy, 白手起家. Okay, 不是靠 heritage inheritance and things like that. No, okay, it's 白手起家. So can you follow that, Darren? Can you follow that reasoning? And he say, but too tall back building is not good, right? Yes, not good also. We must always strive for a balance. Okay, look at this A unit. You find this building good, the back dragon good, huh? Something taller, but not too tall. And behind that taller building, there's another taller building. This is what we want. We want a layered, a tiered kind of dragon. This Lai Long, very beautiful. This Lai Long is very beautiful because it's tiered. Okay, it's tiered, it's cascading kind one. What we want is a cascading kind. Okay, one, you have a good boss supporting you, and the boss has a good boss supporting him. Wow, connected. Yeah, this is good. Okay, so this is how we look at the back, and how good it is. Now, if let's say we look at B. Okay, B, the facing is here. Okay, look at the arrow, facing is here. Now describe the back dragon. Describe one liner. Describe back dragon. Compared to just now the A, which one better? Which one better? Between just now the A and this B, looking at the back dragon, which one do you think is better? And they say the back support, can it be 小人? Now, if let's say there is a lot of movement and there's no back support, yes, then we can say you're inviting 小人 to show up. Very good question. Pepe say A is better. Boss not as supportive. Boss is supporting your boss so that your boss can support you. Can we read it that way, Pepe? For A, I'm referring to A, yeah? Now for B, it is one lower than the other. The immediate back is lower than your unit, okay? And the behind is unit is even lower than the unit, okay, than your boss unit. So therefore, this is no good. Okay, this is casking down. Lin said the boss is more powerful and maybe interfering. Perhaps But who can stop the boss to do so from interfering? You can't, right? All right. So therefore, yes, you are right to say that the boss is very powerful. Okay. So therefore, B is worse off compared to A. Now, next. Okay, next, compare. I want you to compare this one. C. C, B, C. Which one is worse off? B is worse off or C is worse off? Why? No backing. Thank you. Pepe says C is worse. Thank you. Thank you. So now, is it very clear how to quickly spot? Is it very clear now how to quickly spot? Because different level give you different kind of feng shui already. Okay, yes, indeed, C is worse off than B. B is worse off than A. Andy says C, no backing. B still has a small support. Thank you very much. Very good. Andrew says C is DIY kind. Yes, 靠自己了. So for C, you must tell him 你要靠自己了. You don't expect people to help you. You must really be independent. You must really learn your tricks. Okay, if you don't know your tricks, go and learn. Sign up for courses. Learn a skill. Okay, so thank you, Andrew. So all of you are correct. So straight away, different level has different feng shui. Easy to read nowadays. Easy to read. Okay, so that is about backbacking. So let's talk about furthermore. So what call that? So if let's say there's no, okay, wait, Lynn has a question. So if one stays on top unit with a backing building of the same height, does it mean the impact is also reduced? Same height is okay, but of course we prefer to be higher. Same height means you and your boss like friend. Same height basically means you and your boss is like friend, like peers like that. You get a point? But on the flip side, because it's peers, right? Because it's friend kind of level, right? If you are powerful, your boss is as powerful as you, or we may say that you are as powerful as your boss. That means your boss may not have that capability to push you up further. Why? Because anytime you can climb over his head. You get my point? So got good points and got bad points. You need to do inference, the 推理 part are dangerous too. Yes, there's pro, there's cons. So don't take my words for it. You go and observe your friend's house, your relative house. Okay, ask them question, something like that. Then you learn very fast. Okay, what works, what don't works. Whatever I say don't works, feel free to throw it out. Okay. Okay, so you see, what if there's no material energy and there's movement and there's downsloping? What do you think will happen to this house? This house behind got no material energy, that means no building, and there's a lot of movement, and it's sloping down some more. For example, a house facing this way, and like that. Okay, and then there is a canal. There's a canal. Okay. What do you think of this kind of house? Yes, situation always, Lindsay, situation always fluid, dynamic, cause insecurity. Very good, cause insecurity. Okay, Pepe say, hard to get out of poorness, cannot get rich. Very good. Now, when you have a downsloping, if it's a flat land, it's still okay. Downsloping means you are, this is called a wealth reducing house because it's downsloping. 越退越小 ，OK， 好，越住越穷啦。if I really want to dissuade someone from buying the house, I would say 你要住这边你越住越穷，你要不要？straight away they will back out already. Who want to 越住越穷 right? Okay, so this is something that will bring you 越住越穷. And I've seen a very rich guy move house. I think someone recommended their house is 旺地 whatever. Okay, but when I look at it, it's sloping downward one. It's sloping downward. I say, how can this be Wang Ti? But anyway, that was many years before already. So this rich guy shifted in on the advice of someone else. And then once they shift in, not immediately, but after a few years, their business start to crumple down, start to lose business, start to lose clients, and now bankrupt, move back to HDB. Okay, so Darren said this called 泥菩萨过江自身难保. Yes, very good. So you see, the moment there is some new elements, read the new element. All this while, I have not talked about the downsloping part, right? You are assuming it's all flat ground. But the moment I add in a new element that is sloping down, please read the new element. That's why I say I can't possibly describe all the possible formation. But it's good that you may have constant workshop. Then we just pour in whatever we can gather and we talk about that. You know. So Lin say, oh, seen many landed houses next to downward slope. Okay, see now you start to observe things already, yeah, and you know what it means, huh? So Pepe say, what is the house called? What health or wealth? What is that? This house, wealth reducing. So Lin is saying, so it works the same even if it's left or right and not just back dragon. Very smart, Lin. Very smart. Symbolism, downward sloping is always symbolizing something that is reducing, right? Huh? It's always going out, right? And when you pour water, right? Where's the water going? Where the water goes is where the qi goes. You get my point? One way to test where the qi is going, pour water. Where the water go, the qi goes. Okay, next. Look at this A and B. A and B. Given a choice, if you have to invest in a unit, would you invest in a unit in A or a unit in B? Darren says sloping may means taking away what your sector has the clue. Thank you very much. You are getting there, Darren. Very good, very good. I'm seeing that you are getting there already. You're trying to make sense out of things of what I say. Okay, so 推理, keep on 推理. Pepe say A, yes. So Pepe will take out money and invest in A, okay, rather than B. So how about the rest? Would you anyone want to invest in B? And D also A, okay, very good. See, straight away. Didn't say A better. Good. Now you'll get it. Quick one. Don't even have to go and visit the site, take out the law pan, blah, 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 and say, if someone say, hey, I want to invest in B, should I not? You know what to tell them already. Okay? But see a lot of B in town. Yeah, lor. That's why Singaporean, even though they are, they are not that poor, but they are struggling. You see the point? They are struggling in some ways. Okay? Pepe say how to know got Lie. Now, Lie basically means the unit. The unit. Okay. So if you choose a unit here, this is the Lie lah. This is a 太极点 咯. If you choose a unit here, then this is your 太极点 咯. So Lie means a 太极点. Okay, let's move on. Okay, Lin said a colleague of mine wanted to buy a house with no blockage front and back that is point block style. Told him not good, he still proceed. Oh, then bo pian, no? You have done what you could already, no? So has he moved in? And things like that. Pepe said there the house unit Taiji point. Yes, correct. Bought. So stay in there already. You can observe him lah. You can observe him. Yeah, can observe him. Right? You may not immediately see things going downward, but it is a progressive thing. Okay, or maybe he start to feel very stressed. Or because no support, suddenly from support, no support, you will feel stressed. Darren said now more house building, all the facility integrated inside. Therefore, all possible challenges in life comes with beautiful colors. Yes, that make life very beautiful, isn't it? Okay, Lin said not yet. Okay, so you can monitor him lah. As your case study once he moved in. Okay, let's move on about Bat Dragon. I'm not done with Bat Dragon. Govern the posterity. Okay, back dragon, because it's the life force, it's a creation force. It helps you to create next generation. That's why it is 人丁，山主人丁。Okay, 旺还是衰or strong or not strong. Okay. Now back to this A and B investment. Which one, if let's say a couple, a newly married couple, wanted to have babies, okay, which one will hinder their plan, A or B? B, Pepe say B will hinder their plan. How about the rest? And they say B will hinder their plan. So Lin is saying, when one is not in luck, better don't buy a house, right? Sometimes things just don't go your way. You can buy, but get professional advice, because they can see things that you probably couldn't see, couldn't see or don't know even. Okay, so the correct answer is B. Yeah, B will hinder their plan. Okay, B will hinder their plan to have babies, right? Lin say B, but even more so if it's higher floor. Thank you very much. Good point, Lin. Darren say B has a strong knife image. Very good. Okay, I like Darren's answers because he brings in the symbolism portion. Okay, right. So given a choice, if there's only A or B, I would say go for B. Okay, invest in no, go for A. Invest in A. Even within A, there's also good unit and bad unit lah. Okay. But at least now on the macro level, you know you can drop B already lah. Throw away the brochure already. Okay, next. Between A and B, this which back dragon is better? Now imagine the layer, the unit, the 太极点 is somewhere here. Okay, it's somewhere here, and this is the unit. Okay, describe which A or B the dragon is better. So Lin says, so are you saying the back dragon also affects family planning? Yes, that's what I'm saying, because it's the creation force, the life force that bring lives. Pepe say A, okay, okay, A. Andy say A, right? So symbolism plays a part. You look at this B, alama, so koyak, right? And then that also tell the quality of your 贵人, okay? 自身难保, your 贵人说自身难保, how to support you, right? But A, wow, if you're choosing this one, then your back 贵人 looks nice. Darren say B, dragon suppressing and damage too. Very good. Very good. Now, when we talk about symbolism, we want to look out for the shape and the patterns of the building as well. Okay, shapes and know the shapes, look like all these weird shape structures. And some of it are really like, 杀气, very strong 杀气, some of it very strong 杀气. Try to avoid lah. I also don't nowadays, designers, architects, they like to be very creative. They like to be, fanciful, and then they come up with all this kind of design. They didn't know that they are actually hurting someone. Okay, they're hurting someone. Yeah. Okay, so Lin says, so I'll quickly chase my town council to do repainting work on my block. Not only your block, your surrounding block as well. Okay, your surrounding block as well. Okay, yeah, interlace. Yes, interlace. The last one is interlace. Huh? And also structure like this. Structure like this with holes one. Okay, with holes one. The taller building that you go, the more holes you see lah. Okay, that is for crosswind to go through lah. So this got hole means what? Symbolism. Come on, give something. Symbolism. If your back dragon got hole, what does it mean? Pepe say can fall anytime. Very good. Can fall anytime. Very good. Any more? Symbolism? Cut, very good. Maybe your head, 乾卦嘛, behind is 乾卦, right? Head, fell down, fall down. Okay, then got hole. Darren say, meaning your boss talk 听就好了. Yeah, yeah, very good point. Okay, your boss always empty one, talk empty one. Pepe say, no true 贵人 say big words. Yes, very good, very good. Okay, I'm not, I won't be saying which one is right, which one is wrong, because all of whatever your inputs in, they are valid. They are valid. Okay, they are valid. It may happen this way, right? So one new couple wanting to have children, but the back is like that, can or not? Someone, a new couple wanting to have children, babies, but the back dragon is like that. 可以不可以? So Lin say, oh, I know of someone who stays at Interlace, lost his job. Yeah. Interlace is a very bad, although win prizes awards for the design, but I would say it's very bad feng shui. Okay, very bad feng shui. People will be very stressed out. People staying there. Darren said, baby, 可遇不可求. Yes, 可遇不可求. All right. Okay, good. Let's move on. Now, talking about family planning. Since we're talking about posterity, family planning, now do take note of this. If let's say it's a new couple planning to have babies, then of course we can say, this unit, can will have babies one. We cannot say we'll have babies one, because there's something called the potential versus the free will. Perhaps the couple don't plan to have babies. They just want to keep dogs. I've seen couples like that. No babies for us. Our children are the dogs. Okay, so that is their lifestyle. This is their decision. This is their free will. Okay, so be it. But in case one day they change their mind to say, I want to have babies, then you say, okay, this unit has the potential to help you uh, make your plan come true. But then again, make sure, look at their age also. Don't tell me come to 50 years old, then you say, oh, I want a baby now. Too late. Okay, so sometimes it's really common sense. Common sense. All right, so that's about posterity. And it also governs the status. That means your status in this society. Now, if your back dragon is there, there's a building and it's very nice, then the people staying in that unit is upright, noble, gentlemen. But if let's say your back dragon is either absent or is there but very ugly, okay, very worn down, a lot of damages here and there, then you know that that person staying in the house could be treacherous, villain, and sometimes a bully. Okay. Now, when talk about bully, one tricks for you to go and spot bullies. Okay, it is if your back, okay, if your back building has a very strong fire energy. Okay, has a very strong fire energy. Fire energy means pointed buildings. Okay, pointed buildings. For example, this one, can you spot the pointed structures? Can you spot the pointed structures? These two antenna here. Okay, these two antenna is behind this building here. So people living in this building probably could be a bully. That means more aggressive, maybe very obstinate, maybe a bully also, or maybe abusive. Pepe is asking, do you mean pleasant or not present? Pleasant or not present? Where? Present but ugly. Present means it's there, but it's ugly. Get my point? Okay, so it also governs lifespan. And this say landed house which have triangular roof shape, is it considered? Yes, if that triangle is very huge and big. Okay, there is a suspicious 道听途说 very good, it could be also. So next one is that the back dragon also governs your lifespan, how the longevity part of it. Now take a look at A and B, okay, or left or right, left or right, left or right. Now, if the back, it is there, okay, there's a building there, and it's very long. Now, the longer it goes, the more longevity it is. For example, assuming this is the unit we're talking about, then the occupants here 长寿, okay, 长寿. Now, let's say this is the unit, and behind nothing, empty, okay, absent or present but short, then people staying here, shorter lifespan, okay, shorter lifespan. So Pepe say HDB with triangle rooftop consider fire and energy bully. Now I would say try to go for those contrastingly different like this one, okay. But if you see, left is like that, right is like that, it's not that contrastingly different. That's not eating anymore. Can you follow? Okay, so for longevity, Pepe is saying can repeat what I said. Many things. Which part of it that you want me to repeat? This slide, long life. Your back dragon, if it's there, the longer it goes, the longer lifespan it is for the occupants in that unit. When your back dragon is empty or is there but is short, then the shorter lifespan it is. Okay. Okay. Example. Now, I was with a friend at one of the market there. Okay, there's a market there along this vicinity, right? And then my friend was asking me, hey, I know of someone staying in this unit. Okay, staying in this unit, pointed there. And then it is a couple, husband and wife, a very old couple. Okay, very old couple, husband and wife. So we are talking about that. Then we say, oh wow, this formation, this unit, things like that. So take a look at this unit. Describe the dragon and the tiger based on whatever you have known already. Describe the back dragon, the left dragon, and the right tiger. Describe based on what you have known. So no need to give me details, but if you can, especially the back dragon, give me more details because I've already covered back dragon. Anyone want to give it a try? Describe the back dragon. If you can't describe the left and right dragon, never mind. At least describe the back dragon. And the Tai Chi Dian is that unit in red. Okay, minimally give me the back dragon, yeah? Darren say husband still can live so long under the demon hands of wife. He's sure good. Okay. Wow. Describe the wife as demon hands. Lin say, is it a playground activity area? So a lot of movement, not still. Yes, behind is a park. A park. They call it Harmony Park or whatever, or Symphony Park. I can't remember. Okay. Pepe say still working at old age with good money. No, they both of them are retired. Okay, so you're saying still working at old age with good money. Okay, 不愁穿,不愁啦. They have no worries. These couples have no worries. Okay, so let me describe the back dragon to you. Let me describe the back dragon to you. The back dragon here, because the facing is here, so this is the entire back dragon. Right? So a lot of buildings. The park active, not that active. Maybe in the morning, some elderly were there, okay, walking, and then the rest of the day is all like quiet. Okay, so consider not that active lah. So Andrew said location knowledge, a lot of elderly stay there. Yes, very good. Elderly stay there. Okay, so this local knowledge. Huh? Now the back dragon is actually very strong. Very strong. Okay. Now, whose back dragon is stronger? The male back dragon or the female back dragon? Ah, there's a difference. I never talk about male back dragon and female back dragon. Then suddenly I talk about it. So you see, so sometimes when we tweak a little bit, if you don't have the 道理 behind, you can't explain. You'll be caught off guard. And they say the back dragon seems like very far. Yes, it seems like very far. But when you look at this angle here, 一目了然. So Lin says, so from an aerial view, there are a lot of buildings, but there's none directly behind. Okay, very good. There's none directly behind. Okay, but this is the park, which is a quiet park. Inactive park, I would say inactive park. So, okay, but there are a lot of trees here. There are a lot of trees. Don't forget, what we want is material energy. And the trees there are not short trees, no, tall trees. Some could be as high as the building itself. So I'll consider that the park here, because it's inactive, is considered a good backing. So don't go away thinking that only building can be considered backing. Yeah. Okay, so Pepe said the road got cut off, the back dragon. Okay, the red circle, you circle. Okay, very good. Now, the thing, why I'm bringing up this one, is, I was with my friend and we were talking about this unit. He said he knows someone who stay in that unit. It's an old couple, not working anymore. And then we're talking about feng shui and things like that. And then he asked about feng shui and said that feng shui actually can tell a lot of things, including longevity. Okay, including soul ming, because elderly ma, so talk about soul ming. So then my friend asked me, say, tell me, the husband will go first or the wife will go first? Okay, what's your guess? And they say, is there a maximum how many meter to consider for back? No, that's why I say don't ask me how many meter is considered back, how many meter is not considered back. You take a look holistically. The immediate back is already an inactive park with a very tall trees. The whole park is filled with tall trees. You can go down there and take a look. Okay, so I consider this already a backing already. And remember, just now I showed you the picture whereby there is a 主山, then there is a 靠山 and whatever 山, and then the 昆仑山. You see, there's a mountain here, then there's a mountain here, then there's mountain. This is the 来龙啊. 来龙啊. Okay? Can you get that now? 来龙. The life force. The life force. So 长命吗? 长命吗? You tell me one thing. This question first. 长命吗? I would say long life. Okay? Long life. They can live to a long old age. So Lindsay, can you show the Lai Long again? This whole stretch is the Lai Long. Okay. For both couple, no, there is a difference. Why? I think just now someone mentioned about the road cutting off, Pepe, right? Cutting off. If the facing is here, then this side is the dragon. Okay, let's take this as a cut-off point. This side here is a dragon. This side here is a tiger. Now, the Lai Long comes from where? The Lai Long comes from the tiger side. The Lai Long comes from the tiger side. The tiger side. So, whose life force between the husband and the wife? Whose life force, whose battery can last longer? Thank you, Pepe. And Fiona say female in control, male go first. Thank you very much. Indeed. Okay, indeed. The last time I checked with this friend, all right, he was saying the husband went off at about 80 plus. Wow, good, right? 80 plus, all right? And then the wife, 99. 看得到没有 ？Can you see that? Is it easier to see now? Once you got all the basic clear in your mind, when you look at that, you got the answer. So Andy say, but the right dragon is cut in between is a road. Let me clear the ink. The right dragon. The right tiger. Do you mean the right tiger? Okay. The here is cut off relates to the man. Okay, to the male. Here relates to the tiger. But no matter what, it is still the back. It is still the back. Okay, and the back is the 乾卦. So somehow it will still helps the man. But of course, if you compare between men and the women, then the women the battery will last longer lah. But the fact that because this one is skewed towards the tiger side. You get that? Can follow? Type yes in the chat box. If it's clear enough for you, type a yes in the chat box. Thank you, Lin. Darren said, now doing feng shui boundaries is not only boundaries, whatever we see and draw determine their health span and even company lifespan. Thank you very much, Darren. Thank you very much. Andrew said, producing tiger support. Very good. Very good. Okay. Yeah, you spotted that. So your observation is correct. Thank you, Fiona. Okay, so the 乾卦not only can represent the posterity, not only that it can govern the status, it can also govern the longevity. It also govern the rest, the male part, the father, because 乾卦, the parents, your ancestor, okay, and your superior. If you're talking about workplace, right? So this is the earlier heavenly trigram profiling portion already. 乾卦, what can it mean? It can mean all these things. Right? So if your 乾卦is nice, then the positive attributes of all these can show up. If it's lousy, then the negative attributes of this will show up also. And they say, do the road in between cut off? Yes, it do cut off. But at the same time, this road also bring in money. Wow. We talk about water flow, right? Andrew says, source of inspiration as well. Thank you very much. Your creativity. 乾卦 is about creativity. Very good. 有没有魄力？乾卦。So not only that, it can also governs your head, your thinking, head thinking, your wisdom is all about head wisdom, and your wealth storage, and your inner world. Why inner world? Okay, why inner world? Because it's at the back, at the back. At the back is something that is always not to be seen by outside people. That's why it's always at the back. Okay, so in front is visible. Okay, so it's outer world. Behind, at the back, nobody can see one, is your inner world. Okay, if your inner world behind is all the collapsed building, you know that person, the inner world, koyak. Root chakra, koyak. Okay, so it can mean all this. Now talk about wealth storage. If you see someone who earn high bucks, big bucks, but saving account zero, the 乾卦 show got problem one. Okay, I repeat. If you see someone very high profile, earn a lot of money, but saving account zero, you know 乾卦 got problem. Why? Wealth storage. Andrew say, why wealth storage? Okay, number one, 钱 represent money. Number two, is at the back. When you have something precious, where do you keep it? In front where people can see? Or in behind where nobody can see? That means you're safe. Your 保险箱. Okay, so it is like let me draw an analogy. Like a pouch, a money pouch. Money pouch. Okay, this is the drawstring here, money pouch. Money comes in from here, right? Money comes in from here. Okay, and then goes and settle here. This is your 乾卦. So your 乾卦no good, got lobang, then your storage 破康. Can you follow? Okay, good. Now, condo typically looks like this, right? So you have a pool view and you also have the other side view, right? So imagine your unit is facing the other side one, facing the other side, not the pool view one. So therefore, this side become your back, and your back will have swimming pool. That means it's active movement, and then at the same time, after the swimming pool, you have a tall building. Okay, so what it means here, yes, you have back support, but at the same time, when things happen, you're not that calm, you're not that composed. And because pool here, you're inviting people to come and play, mingle around, then therefore you're inviting 小人 to show up also. Because all the people are 小人 in a way, feng shui way of looking at things, 小人. Okay. Next, this, what do you call that? This is in Jakarta. Okay, this is Jakarta. I was invited there. Take a look at this house. Now this house, okay, I didn't show you the other side. It has a very strong water flow coming in. Okay, very strong water flow coming in, right? And the left dragon is very long, very long. Okay, very long. So therefore, I would say men in this house, they always keep on thinking about how to earn more money. And when they think about earn more money, they have that capability to take in the money, to earn that money. Why? Because they have the water flow there. But I told the owner one thing: money come in, you cannot keep. Okay, you cannot keep. Why cannot keep? Because your safe behind is empty. This is the back. Okay, this is the back. It's empty. It's an empty land. And it's true. The moment he accumulate, 做大了 something strikes and it's down again. And it come back up again. And then after that, when it grow very big already, almost go to IPO already, something strikes all the way to ground zero again. So cannot keep. So Darren say backing storage 巨富, therefore does not mean that the person spend more, no more money due to 穿堂煞. One factor to consider is backing. Yes, can keep, cannot keep is one thing. Can earn, cannot earn is another thing. Can follow? Can earn is one thing, can keep is one thing. Now, so you may see people, wow, VP, wow, CEO, wow, drive this, what do you call that, Ferrari, whatever, bungalow, blah, blah, blah. But saving account zero. Sometimes could be like that. This is blow up the face lah. Okay. Now, can if you invest in this kind of condo, can you accumulate wealth? Can you accumulate wealth? Yes or no? What do you think? Can you accumulate wealth? Can or cannot accumulate wealth? Look at the backing, right? Whether you're facing this way or facing that way, your backing is empty one. Okay, so it's staying here. Yeah, looks nice, looks prestigious, but you cannot accumulate wealth. Okay. Pepe said, no tall building behind, tree so short, old building standing alone, no good. Okay, good. So Andy say, right dragon has a road. Okay, good. So there's a road here. There's a road here. Okay, right? So we have to take note of that. This is water flow. Okay, water flow, and there's also MRT here, right? So although there could be chances that can make money, but cannot keep money. But of course, this is just a preliminary findings. We still have not talked about which is the Tai Chi point, how is the floor plan and things like that. So we have not talked about that. But just based on preliminary, one glance at it, straight away you know which either facing you can't keep money. Remember this unit as I show you about the dragon crossing the dragon crossing hall and the tiger crossing hall. This is the tiger crossing hall. Okay, tiger crossing hall. Now, look at this. The client is staying at 6th floor. The client is staying at 6th floor. Now, this building behind is 6-story high. Okay, this red color one is 6-story high. So I think this unit here is 25 story high, but they are staying at the 6th floor. So this building is 6th floor, and after this building is 25 story again. So you see that, visually speaking, it is behind, is shorter, and then goes up taller to 25 story high. Describe the back dragon. Describe the back dragon. Okay, let me give you some tips. This male owner, I mean the father, was asking me, how's my career? Okay, how's my career? Right? So I use the back dragon, to answer back. Okay, so how would you answer if you were me? Pepe say, can share again, can't catch the 25. Can't catch the 25. The blue is 25 story high. The red is 6-story high. So how would you answer my client if you were me about his career, about his workplace? All right, so let me, and this say back dragon is same level as unit, so still have support from boss and is not able to groom him. Very good, very good. So very good. All your answers very good. Darren say, although boss is good to him, still has high expectation to him. Very good. Now this is what I told him. I say your immediate boss, right, cannot help you any further. And you might be thinking that you are actually better than him. This is what I told him. You could be actually thinking that you are actually in many ways better than your immediate boss. And you find that, you can get things done not through the immediate boss, but through the boss. So his reply was shocking. His reply was, how do you know? You see, and this is what he said. He told me, he said, I can anytime, I'm very confident, anytime I can replace my boss. Right? And every time when I get things done, I don't go to my boss, I go to the boss because it works faster this way. Can you see how I see things? Are you able to catch on why I say all these things? Thank you. So Andy say in this case for new unit, choose level 3 is better, right? yes, lower than 6th floor. 5th story is still fine. 5th story is still fine. You get my point? So you see, we can talk about layering. Your immediate boss is the first building behind you. Then the boss is somewhere behind one. You get my point? Okay, so this one 6th level to 6th level is the same. So therefore, it cannot it don't have enough strength to groom him further. So on the reverse side, he may be thinking that in any way, anytime I can replace you, man, because we are equal. But actually, I'm better. This is his thinking. But look at the boss, 25 story high, no joke. So he's smart enough to say that, hey, let me bypass my immediate boss. I go him because why? Can climb over the head one. And this is what happened. This is what he described to me also. He said, I always go to my boss. So Lin said, but on the upside also means don't have imposing boss. Yes, you are right. So it depends on the individual. If you want to cruise your life at your workplace, then this kind of setup is good because you can cruise. You don't have an imposing boss. But you're someone who aspire to say that, hey, I can be better one. I can be better than my boss anytime. I can sit his place anytime. Then sorry, you're going to create some trouble at workplace. Okay, so yeah, so it's very dynamic. So that really depends on the individual what they want. So Darren said, but don't forget this boss has closer relationship with his boss. Think carefully. Exactly. So in AOM, we always learn, right, what you can do, what you cannot do, right? Remember, don't go into the trap doors. These are the moments that this client can go into trapdoors. So Andy say, which will we emphasize more, workplace, office building, or our home back dragon? Actually, it's interlinked lah. It's interlinked. Okay, because he works from home as well, right? But of course, workplace, it tells about all the employee. It's not about you alone. But when at home, it tells about you and your relationship at the workplace. It's something different. Okay. So Lin say, but left dragon is missing, right? Unless we consider the next block as one. Yes, left dragon is missing. Okay, left dragon is missing. So therefore, it is not. That's why he called me up for feng shui audit lah. The male is struggling already lah. In some ways, is struggling, and therefore asked me to come in, to help change it around. Darren said, this situation in Qianguo, be careful, the tiger tail. Thank you very much, Darren. Okay, so bring in all those things they have learned from me, the AOM part. He says, so got raw at workplace, but not at home. Yes. Yes. Okay, look at this. Imagine this unit. This unit here, the yellow one. Okay, describe the back dragon. Now, Andrew is asking about the broken dragon. I will cover that in the left dragon module. Is that okay, Andrew? Oh, that question is from Andy. Sorry, from Andy. Okay. So Andrew is saying we'll need to be very tactful, especially left dragon is missing. Thank you very much, Andrew. You are right. Didn't say same as layering principle. Yes, but this layering a bit koyak. Why? Okay, as a rule of thumb, here I can tell you a little bit of rule of thumb, but not definite. Okay, is that your back support, if it's anything times 2, higher than times 2, that is called overwhelming. Especially, if you're staying here, then it's times 2. But if you're staying here, then your times 2 is based on where to where. Okay, so this is considered a overwhelming back dragon. Now, what is the implication of overwhelming back dragon? What's the implication? What do you think? It has support, back support, boss support. Yes, there is. Lindsay interfering. Very good. Not only interfering, they are imposing. That means they give you tight deadline. They will want to squeeze the last drop out of you. Pressure, stress, but they will reward you well. Have you seen bosses like this? They will reward you well if you do well, but they will squeeze you to the very last drop. Always on tender hook. Yes, very stressed. But for those who can take the stress, very good, can climb very fast. But those who can't take the stress, very soon you find that the guy will jump down. Okay, it's so stressful. So it's really up to the individual can or cannot take on the force. All right. So if let's say this house, the facing is facing the left side, and then behind here there is a depression, a slope down or a depression, like the picture on the right side, maybe a canal. This is a depression. Then jalan. Okay, what it means is that people staying there may be on long-term medication. Okay, that means the life force, come to here, go downhill. Okay, and then sometimes cannot get up. So it's like it's being cut off. Okay, being cut off. So if there's no life force coming in, then of course on long-term medication, if you want to survive, right? And therefore, 精神不好 because no life force coming in. 精神 vitality, very low vitality. Give the owner, give the occupants 10 hours sleep, wake up also very tired. No vitality. Okay, and at the same time, remember I saying all these things that got downward one is wealth reducing house. Okay, so I'm trying to show you as many variation as possible, but I can't cover all. Okay, I can only do so when we have workshops. Okay, so older buildings in Singapore, you have an alley. Okay, quiet is fine. Okay, if it's quiet, it's fine. But if it's busy enough, then it's inviting 小人. Okay, it's inviting 小人. Now also compare between 1 story high and 2 story high. Huh? Darren say at the left dragon, the long pool side to the next building. Are you talking about this one? Is it? Okay, at the left left dragon, left tiger, left tiger, left dragon or left tiger. The long pool side to the next building. It may mean not only has the boss challenge getting things to be complete, it takes time. Sure, go crazy. Yeah, something like this. Okay, so good point. So Andy said Ellie with a lot of rubbish. Symbolism comes in. No worries, stop too fast, no worries. Okay. Yeah. So if there's rubbish, symbolism comes in. Okay. Worse is this kind. Quiet alley is still fine. Okay. But worse is this. Because you look at this is the back. They hang the clothes there, is the back. And not only, it's a drain. Oh, this building is bad, very, very bad. Okay. If it's flat, it's still fine. That's like a quiet alley like that. But this is a drain. No, no. Right? So in short, let us wrap up this back dragon module. Back dragon is the main pillar of the property, is the 来龙去脉, that 来龙. It's the life force. It's the source, the power source. All right. So it affects posterity, it affects status, it affects longevity. Of course, longevity means the health. It affects the father, the male, the parents, ancestor, superior, the head, the spine. Okay, thinking, wisdom, wealth, storage, and the inner world. Okay, and so what do we prefer it to be there? It is preferred to match up with yin energies. Okay, yin setup basically means material energy. For example, a building, tall trees, mountain, and things like that. And we want stillness, absolute stillness, the best. Okay, and it has to be nice and beautiful. Okay, and when you have all these things, it's considered good. And when it's considered good, then the positive attribute of all these comes out. I think I've shown you about the longevity part. Okay. And if it's no good, then the negative attributes of all these can also show up. Got the point? So Darren said at Coven Lander area, it's common to see this. Oh, wow, very bad. Okay, do you know of any examples? Perhaps you can do some studies, And they say back is a long stretch swimming pool. Is it considered cut off canal? No, I consider that as movement, very active. Okay, because it is a confined pool and the water cannot go anywhere. So there's no cutting off, but it's movement. All right, so with this, we covered, we managed, although overrun a bit, but we managed to cover all the 4 modules, including the basic part where I need you to get up to speed so that I can dive into the back dragon. Tomorrow, we'll move on to module 5 and 6, which is the left dragon and the right tiger. Okay, so by now, I think you should know that back dragon, behind, the 来龙去脉, that 来龙 is very important. Okay, very important, yeah. Okay, so tomorrow, we'll move on to left dragon, right tiger. So to sum up, we learned today the background of feng shui, and we go into the fundamentals, the universe code, and then we talk about the overview of the 5 nodes, and we dive deep into the back dragon. Okay. So before we end today's lesson, can I ask you to type in the chat box one-liner? What have you learned today that you can bring forward in your life or in your feng shui journey? One quick, simple liner will do. Or what have you learned today that you can bring forward in your feng shui journey? Darren say, when the next time I do my exercise, I take some photos for you. Thank you very much, Darren. Sum up slides. Okay, one quick liner will do. Lin say 5 notes, back dragon. Thank you. Thank you, Lin. Very good. The 5 notes, overview of 5 notes, and the back dragon, the deep dive into the back dragon. Lin say also 有道无术 wrong. It's not 有道无术不远啊，有术无道不远。Pepe say interesting inference. Okay, good, good. So if you want to be very good at this, including qi feng shui, go with this. Okay, the inference part. If you're not say thought back dragon is just the backing, but now I know it's so very important. Yeah, the most important among the fine notes. Okay, so Lin say 有术无道不远. That's right, 有术无道不远. Huh? Andrew say look beyond your back and linkage. Wow, that's good. Okay, we want to know the 来龙去脉嘛。Otherwise, this 成语不成立了哈。Okay, Andy say back dragon, down sloping house. Okay, very good. Darren say the value of insights. I even understand why old master say being good at forms need to be with them for years. Yes, we can't cover everything one. I can only show you to the best of my ability. But the rest, okay, I already opened the door. I already invited you to step inside. Okay, the rest is really up to you to go out there and see for yourself and then share in this class. Okay, so with that, thank you for your inputs. All right, so be back tomorrow, Sunday, 13 August, 2 p.m., 5 p.m. Yeah, so be on time so that we can start on time. There are so many things to talk about. Okay, I'm so excited. Right, okay, so have a good rest tonight, and I'll see you tomorrow, 2 p.m. Bye bye.